Okay, yet another project. This is a scooter. I think this is called the Hover One Rogue. It's uh, it's a fairly large wheel size scooter. I got this one as part of a bunch of scooters that I got, to do go-karts. And so this one was working, is in perfect condition. I just took out the batteries because the only problem with this is that it doesn't have the connecting bars. This is kind of a it's kind of silly the way they did this. This folds, so when it folds, when you're holding it by the handle and it folds like a V downward, it shuts off the system. Otherwise, when you bring it up, it turns on. There's no external button. It's kind of silly the way they did this, because as you're bringing this up, it turns on automatically, because there's a switch that engages when this closes. So they should have put a switch on the outside, to activate it when this is assembled, not during when it's being assembled automatically. So it's kind of stupid the way they did that. And I wouldn't be surprised if people are getting rid of this because of that issue. It's very cumbersome to handle it. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of the handle here, but this may as well be a straight system here, like a regular hoverboard, without this hinge here. This and on top it's got hinges on the sides here, so it's very 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 awkward, to work with this hoverboard, and to I'm pretty sure it was so awkward too to assemble it. These tie bars, I don't, I wouldn't trust, those tie bars. It's just threaded rod, probably metric, because I tried a quarter inch, quarter 20, and it just wouldn't go there. Of course, all these things are made in China, so I wouldn't be surprised if these are not surprising. I mean, that's in China, everything's metric. Also in Europe and in South America. Only the United States is it's got their own American standards. But so it's kind of stupid the way they did this. I'm sorry, I have to use that word, but it's stupid. I mean, there's no other way to describe this. I mean, look at the way they did this. Just folds. It's very. If you want to work on this, you got to support this somehow in some kind of a track or something that'll hold the wheel nice and steady. Otherwise, the wheels just fold. It's great. It's just kind of man. I don't know where the mind is on these designers. They design things for the hell of it. I mean, I do see some logic in this being foldable and easier to carry it, but you're carrying just as much weight, just because it's folding. It's not and this will fit in a car. So I don't know where their mind was when they did this silly hinge section here, and then now you got to come back into these tie rods. Anyway, I'm taking this apart because I'm going to redo this setup. I'm going to take out the wheels. I'm going to take out everything. I'm going to keep the electronics. The batteries are good. Everything's good. Everything's working. So I'm going to see if I can turn this into one of these guys, but a much beefier one. I was going to use this, but on dirt like this, sand, and just dirt, you need the height. I have this one right here, and I have also this guy right here that I could use. This is also all these are in perfect working order. Just don't have batteries, but what I did is I cut an opening here for the battery connector, so I can use the Ryobi 2 in series. So all of these work. This one right here would be also good because the tires are beefier, they're wider. So, but this one has an issue with it's working, but the issue is with the it's not allowing the tire to fill with air, because this was probably sitting for a long time on one side, and was deflated and deformed the rubber, so the rubber is not engaging perfectly with the rim, and these are tubeless. So in order for this to be filled with air, this has to engage precisely, with the rim on both sides. So on this side, it's not engaging, and I mean, I tried all kinds of tricks here to try to get it to fill, but it's not filling. The tire's good. Other than that imperfection, this is a good working hoverboard. As are all these, but those are for some other projects, you know, for little kids maybe. So this is going to be it's going to be the go-kart. It's not going to be a go-kart in the full sense of the go-kart, but it's going to be more like that unit there. And I'm going to this will hold you know, a young person, a young kid, you know, maybe 18, 20-year-old. You can sit probably there, but somebody older, you know, heavier. Not so much the weight. It's just uncomfortable to sit in this little bucket seat with the feet kind of, you know, really squished here, but it works great. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to use these components here. I'm going to redo the setup so that this is sitting on a flat permanent setup here, and I'm going to bring the electronics, see if I can use the electronics at the front with pedals, you know, so it drives like a go-kart. So we'll see what happens, but I just wanted to capture this on video. This is probably going to be the second video on this series of this particular project. So I'm going to keep this going here, and next video hopefully I have a frame or something worked out. I mean, I'm already working on some sketches here, you know, what I want to do. I have the front wheel. You know, I had this offset or caster type. This is a what size wheel is this? This is a 2.5-4. So that's a hefty wheel there. You know, so I'm planning on using this at the front end of that. And these are the other parts that I'm painting. I decided to clean up as much as these had rust. This is from my lanyard project that I did. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I did a lanyard, and I used this. This was my front wheel, my front steering wheel. So I'm going to be using that. Once that dries up, I'll be posting. I'll be making a similar setup to this, but it's going to be a lot beefier. This wheel is air filled. So it's going to have a little cushion to it. The rear of that, I'm still thinking on how to do this with this setup here, using springs or maybe shocks. I don't want to put too much weight, because the more weight you introduce, you know, the less running time you have. The beauty about these things right here, this particular one, is that it is so simple and so lightweight, so it allows, you know, good run time. I mean, these things go faster than my go-karts because they don't have the weight, you know, to contend with, you know, that much weight. So I'm going to do let's see what happens, you know, but it's I'm kind of thinking along those lines, but a much better, cooler setup. I don't want to do chairs. You know, people put lawn chairs and those foldable chairs on top of these things. They look kind of silly, you know. It looks more like a utility scooter, you know, for old people. I mean, I'm old myself, but you know, I don't want to look too pathetic, you know, in a system that's using these guys. So I'm going to make something hopefully really cool. So stay tuned for the next video.